I'm Tim Scott. It's a long way from where I grew up to the United States Senate. But here in America, all things are possible. That's why I support Marco Rubio. Marco Rubio understands that here in America, it's not about where you start, it's about where you're going. I'm Tim Scott, and Marco Rubio is the conservative I trust to inspire our country, unite our party, and win in November.
I'm Marco Rubio, and I approve of this message.
A president who is ready to lead on day one.
What was Hillary Clinton's main achievement as Secretary of State?
Investigations were manipulated to protect careers or to avoid scandal. Higher-ups told them to back off.
The State Department cannot find $6 billion, that's with a B, billion dollars of taxpayer money. Have uncovered another lucrative no-bid contract. Company, I should say, is owned by a friend of Bill and Hillary Clinton's.
Secretary should take a personal and active role in security.
The attack on the U.S. consulate in Benghazi, Libya, that left 4 Americans dead.
Weak perimeter, incomplete fence. Video surveillance needed repair.
I was not making security decisions.
It's a systemic failure.
I'm not equipped to sit and look at blueprints.
It raises questions about the culture of the management. Don't you want the boss to know?
Breaking 2016 news, former Louisiana governor and one-time presidential candidate Governor Bobby Jindal is here with a major announcement. So let's get right to it. Governor, nice to see you.
Greta, thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
And you are here to make a presidential endorsement. Who are you endorsing?
I am. I'm endorsing Marco Rubio to be our next president. And Greta, I'm doing that for 3 reasons. Look, we have a lot of great candidates running. A lot of my friends are running. The reality is these are very dangerous times. This president's weakened our standing on the foreign stage. Our enemies don't fear us. Our friends don't trust us. Marco's been consistent about strengthening America's foreign policy.
Haven't they all? I mean, haven't all the Republicans said that? I mean, they've all said they want to strengthen foreign policy or our national security.
Well, but there are significant differences. Marco's consistently stood up to the threat of ISIS, radical Islam.
And the others haven't?
Well, look, I'm not here to criticize the other candidates. I've got friends that are running. I respect them. I've got friends supporting other candidates. I do think Marco's best position. This election's about the future. Look, I'm an ideas guy. We've got to turn the page on the Obama administration. I offer detailed policies through America Next. How do we rebuild our economy? Marco's doing that as well. And here's the third and important point. Greta, this is the most important election of our lifetimes. We've got growing dependence on government. We've got more and more debt being piled on our children's backs. Marco can unify our party. His optimistic message is bringing voters from across the party lines, from across different demographic groups. He can unify our party. He can win this election in November. We cannot afford 4 more years of this president's disastrous policies. I think he's a principled conservative. I think he is the right guy to lead us forward.
Let me play devil's advocate with you. First of all, you got like Governors Kasich and Bush and Christie. They've actually had to deal with these problems in terms of the size of government, state governments. And then you talk about sort of unifying the parties. Is that I know a lot of Republicans weren't happy with the immigration deal, but Senator Rubio is unable to unify everyone behind his position.
A couple of things. Look, Marco's been a principled conservative. I know some of his opponents are trying to say, well, he's part of the establishment. That's nonsense. He was a conservative when he took on Charlie Crist. He was a conservative as Speaker of the House in Florida. He's been a conservative in the United States Senate. He's got a great record of accomplishment. I think too many people in D.C. get caught up on, well, how many bills do you have your names on? He's done several things here. For example, he led the fight for sanctions on Hezbollah. He led the fight against the Obamacare bailout for insurance companies. He led the fight to give the VA power to fire executives not doing their jobs.
But he led the fight. Did he accomplish those fights, though?
He did. Those are 3 things that he passed. But Greta, the reality is the voters back home don't care. People here in D.C. argue, well, your name's on this bill or that bill. What they care about is it's harder to get a job in this economy. What they care about is that we got record numbers of Americans under this president on food stamps. The American dream is not about the government taking care of you. Marco has fought for the American dream. We're both children of immigrants. I don't think he takes the American dream for granted. I think he wakes up every day saying the American dream is about opportunity. You should be able to work hard, get a great education. Every child should be able to realize their potential. I don't think he'll ever take that for granted. I think he understands it's not about government taking care of you.
Governor, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for coming here and making your endorsement public here. I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you, Greta. Thank you for having me.
Hillary Clinton's poll numbers heading in the wrong direction.
A growing number say she's not honest.
Everything that she's about right now is a turnoff.
An avalanche of bad stories.
Favorability is falling.
Is trying to position herself as the champion of everyday Americans.
I will be your
She hasn't driven herself in her own vehicle in 20 years.
1996.
It's a disconnect with normal everyday people.
$25 million in paid speeches.
Go to the end of the line.
Who gets to hold her crown while she speaks?
Act like she's allergic to real people.
Breaking 2016 news. GOP presidential candidate and former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum is about to make two big announcements right here only on the record. Senator, let's start with the first announcement, the one more personal to you. What is that?
Well, Karen and I just have decided, the family and our friends, we decided that the best way that I can do what I set out to do when we announced to run for president, to help working men and women in this country get a better opportunity to defeat ISIS and stop Iran from getting a nuclear weapon, take on the national security threats of our country, and really try to help foster and support stronger families in America, could be done by not furthering our campaign, by not continuing our campaign. And
does that mean you are suspending
our campaign as of this moment?
Okay, this is the official announcement.
Yeah, I mean, there were all sorts of reports out there, unconfirmed, by the way, reports, because there's nobody in our place confirmed it. But, yeah, we decided that that I think we could be better advocates for that in supporting someone who shared those values and is in a better position to do well in this race.
It's sort of interesting because 4 years ago you got robbed. You won Iowa 4 years ago, and it took, what, 12 days before they recounted it?
18, but who's counting?
18, but who's counting? Okay, well, anyway, you're still a young man. All right, let me go to the second announcement. You have a second announcement. What is that?
Yeah, as I said, we decided that we wanted to find a candidate that really espoused the values that we believed in. Someone who really had focused their campaign on trying to help. I always talked about the 74% of Americans who don't have a college degree, those who are struggling on the margins, the middle of America hollowing out, and understanding the central role of the family and supporting that opportunity. That family breakdown is one of the key reasons that the middle is hollowing out. It's not just a lack of opportunities and talk about manufacturing and that important thing.
You're killing all the political people out there. They're waiting for the names.
And then the final thing, someone who has a real understanding of the threat of ISIS, real understanding of the threat of fundamentalist Islam, and has experience. I mean, one of the things I wanted is someone who had some experience in this area, and that's why we decided to support Marco Rubio.
Have you spoken to him?
Not recent. I mean, I spoke to him yesterday.
How long did you talk to him?
A while.
What's a while?
Well, let's say more than an hour. And we talked for look. One of the things I don't endorse lightly. This is as many people know, I've been at this for 25 years. That's unfortunately not an asset in this election cycle, to have invested your life in trying to shape the future of our country. And I see a lot, just tremendous, he's a tremendously gifted young man, and he is a leader. He's a born leader, and someone I just feel a lot of confidence in, that he is the new generation, and someone that can bring this country together, not just moderates and conservatives, but young and old. I mean, the ability to attract younger people, to have that optimistic message. It just, it took, if you say, in a sense, taking the wine that I've been trying to sell and put it in new wineskins, and that could be a very powerful thing.
One quick question. What's the first place you're going to go to campaign from? What state?
We haven't really had any discussions, because I said I talked with him yesterday and said I really just want to pray about this, and I'll make my decision and I'll announce it today.
And here we go.
And he respected that, and then we said we'd call him and let him know after we made the decision. So we tried to keep this on a close hold as possible.
And you sure did. Drove everybody nuts all day. I got so many emails.
If I did anything, if I antagonized the media today, it's a great way to go.
Senator, thank you very much, and good luck, sir.
Thank you.